The most hurtful thing is that people suddenly decide that they want to tell you everything bad about your husband that they didn't like. Or they'll tell you about an instance that happened, and that makes it difficult because it makes you feel stupid. I think it's important to have input, and I think that friends ought to be a little guarded about what you're telling the person who is going through the divorce. I met my husband when we were in college together. We were both returning students, and I wanted to sit next to somebody who'd been shaving for longer than 3 years, and he happened to be it. Unbeknownst to me, I think he found himself going in another direction, a different type of lifestyle that he seemed to want to be involved in. And I felt him pulling away from me a bit. I ended up making the decision that he needed to go. I think as a friend, all you can do is to say, I'm so sorry you're having difficulties. I hope you can work it out, and I will stand behind you whatever choice you decide to make. It is a really very private matter, even if you're that person's BFF. People like to just say, tell me what I can do. I didn't know what I wanted in that period of time. I didn't know whether I wanted to lay down, stand up, run around, scream. Friends that just called me, friends that just showed up, who said, let's go to lunch, let's go to dinner, let's go to a movie, who provided activity for me, that was the most helpful. Understand they can't be a friend to you during that period of time. Hopefully your cat doesn't die, or your mother doesn't die, or whatever, because I'm not certain I was capable of being a BFF to somebody, even though I might have loved them dearly. All I could concentrate on was my own pain. Maybe one of the things that you could ask gently is to say, I know you're hurt right now, but I know there are things that I do in my marriage or in my relationship that probably aren't great. And I know this might upset you, but what would you take responsibility for in your marriage? That's part of the healing process, to be able to say, I didn't have this perfect marriage. I wasn't the perfect spouse. When you're a newly single in a couple's world, we understand that the couples don't mind it. It's just us that minds it. Say, I know it's going to be tough for you to do something with a couple or couples. We'd like to be that first couple that you do that with. Can we share that with you? It's not so much what was said, it's people being present for me. I always say that my friends and my family loved me back to life again, and they literally did. In that first year, I can look back on that, and it was like I had an illness, and like I finally recovered, and I am recovering. I think anything you can do to minimize the peripheral damage around the person that's hurting, you're being a friend.